everybody, and you know how good of a Tuesday it is? It's the second day of Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on Sports 56. And guess what? It is Cinco de Mayo. And I know a lot of people out there are thinking to yourself, what goes better during Cinco de Mayo than a delicious, absolutely nothing in the world could be better than a margarita. And that goes almost for every single day. So it's kind of hard for me to figure out why it is that, you know, everybody and their grandmother's not at Las today or Happy Mexican or El Toro Loco. Go see my girl Lydia over especially at Las. They were packed like a mug earlier when I drove by there, man. I mean, everybody and their grandmother. I know we got the coronavirus. We would have had the best Memphis in May ever. The weather was perfect. And yes, the coronavirus got us. But the problem is, with the whole situation that is going down, weather is great. An invisible bug is bothering the bleeps out of everybody. And I will tell you another thing. It is making it hard as can be to social distance. Since you've come back to work, I just want to ask this at 67129 on the text line at 67129. Anybody wants to call 901-360-8255. Gabe, I'm going to have to actually ask you help right here on live radio. I don't know why I can't get in to save my dang life. Are we streaming?
We sure are. And
We are.
We'll deal with yours here at the break.
Oh, okay, well, I don't even need to look at it. I don't care. I know what I look like. I just want to make sure I was signed in. Okay, love you, brother. Now, the point is, we got so many things that are going on in this world, and we got a new segment today. We're going to do a thing called the Rundown. Terry Davis he's been doing work. I'm talking about he's been put like Memphis fans. Please do me a favor. This is very, very important. We have not gotten a whole lot of Memphis Tigers news, have we? Not a lot of positive, at least anyway. Have you heard do you remember last year at this time? We were like the Pied Pipers, like singing Penny's tune, and we were ready to make him president of the world.
It's getting better, galaxy. Though. It's getting better. You landed Landers Nolly. You have a couple guys out of Evansville.
It's getting better. Okay, listen, I love sugarcoating things. You know that, Gabe. I am a sugarcoater especially when it comes to the Tiger Blue team. I hate to say this, though, because of the immense failures of Josh Pastner and Tubby Smith and how I went out so far on a limb to say that I don't give a damn if, Penny Hardaway hadn't coached the college basketball game ever in his life. He has a PhD in basketball. I didn't want to hear it. He also has a PhD in NBA life. He can help these young people. I thought this is always something that was going to go absolutely beautiful. So while we're dying with all this stuff, last year we weren't talking about Penny. But nothing but the great stuff. But guess what? Terry Davis at 1:30, Tiger fans, he's going to break a story for you at 1:30. So whatever you do, don't go anywhere. 1:30. It's going down for real. At 2:30, I'm going to give you Hardwood because dadgummit, it just feels so doggone good. I mean, we got crazy talk. Marshawn Lynch is still in the news. At least he ain't like Darren McFadden, by the way. You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, and if we could realistically just say to ourselves, back in the days when they were playing, when my man Marshawn Lynch is driving his little thing in California, and Darren McFadden, and I mean, just basically it's Run DMC and Abe Felix doing their thing down in Arkansas. It was not Abe Felix, Felix Jones doing their thing. I said the Houston high school running back that I played with. That's funny, by the way. I'm sorry. And by the way, rest in peace, Abe. Love you. The whole situation we were talking about. You looked at those two running backs in Arkansas, I thought both of them had superstar written all over them. You look at Marshawn Lynch, especially the first years in Buffalo, you think Marshawn Lynch, if you honestly knew he was going to go out to Seattle and become a beast mode mamma jamma, have another Super Bowl if they would have just given him the dead gum football, Darrell Bevel, you idiot. But Marshawn Lynch is such a big thing going on. And the talks in Seattle are huge. My buddy Cole called me. He literally is in Washington. And you know what he did? You got any news on Marshawn Lynch? Dude, give me some news on Marshawn Lynch. I'm in Memphis. He's like, dude, we got to get him back. We need him. Chris Carson isn't the guy. Blah, blah, blah. Penny stinks. I know if you're a Seattle fan, you just have a love affair with this guy, don't you? I mean, hell, you also eat cricket, so, you know.
He was on the team where you won your only championship.
And should have won another one.
And he got you back, and you didn't hand the ball off to him. I understand the thought process of loving Marshawn Lynch up in Seattle. But, I mean, he's old. He's old. He's on his last leg.
Sad stuff. Now, I got to talk to y'all about now the quickness, because we are about to get into our very first new segment here in a minute and 10 seconds. It is going to be a 2-day-a-week little segment. We're going to call it the Rundown. It's going to be kind of rapid fire. Basically, it's those awesome stories that I really want to talk to y'all about, but they're only like, 2 or 3 minutes to talk about. It's not there's not too much to really delve into, but they are interesting topics. So we're going to do the Rundown today. I hope you absolutely love it. Terry Davis at 2:30. I got Hardwood because it just feels so dead gum good. And today, me and Gabe Kuhn, you know what we're doing hardcore 2 o'clock, don't you? National Football League. Now, also wanted to tell you, I appreciate, I reached out to your brother. He will be my handicapper for the KBO. He's right now handicapping Korean baseball. He was up late last night. I love him to death.
Yeah, he's trying to follow it. The 1 a.m. start times kill me, though, man. I saw an inning. Did you catch any of it?
You know how sad I was? I woke up 7 times last night.
I know you need a baseball fix, though.
I need it bad.
Regardless if it's KBO, MLB, whatever.
See, I like like a lot of people who are actually even baseball purists. I don't get it. They don't like the World Baseball Championship. Like, I love it. I like anything that's a little bit new. I like baseball. I want to see these guys get with their buddies and go and play and do all this stuff. But anyway, there's so much stuff going on. Pete Rose is a loser. I already said this. I even sent this to Eli. I'm going to ask you a question. Pete Rose, Adolf Hitler, and who was the other person? It was somebody pretty bad, man.
Mussolini.
Matt Mussolini's a good one, but no, I did Ted Bundy. What's the difference in those 3 men?
No idea. What's the difference that you find?
One's free, one's dead, and one's in jail, right?
2 killed a lot of people.
Yeah. So, true that.
We can't put Pete Rose quite on that level, right?
Man, how do I know Pete Rose didn't kill a bunch of people?
He bet on baseball.
Okay, see, this is where I'm going to come out straight up right there and just go about this, because I know you are very young and you weren't a part of that. I have to remind people, I used to go to this place called Mike Fink's. I watched Tom Browning throw his perfect game. I lived in Cincinnati. The talk of the town was about Pete Rose. Pete Rose was the favorite son until he went so far that even the people in Cincinnati gave up on him. Want nothing to do with him. They don't like seeing pictures of him running over Ray Fosse. They don't want to see him at the Hall of Fame. When I talk to Cincinnatians, like back in the day, we had Ickey Shuffle going down, Boomer's doing his thing, Bengals are going on doing whatever. Pete Rose, sorry self, is out there trying to sign autographs. Dude, he is such a slime ball. And then I'm going to remind you, because again, I don't think they showed this reporting on national news, but they showed it in Cincinnati. And I've alluded to it a few times. His teammates came out and talked about all the underage girls that he slept with. Like, straight up. 13, 14, 15, 16. And he didn't do it once. He didn't do it twice. He didn't do it 4 times. He did this. This type of behavior was in every city across the country. He had a sex addiction, and it's amazing how we talk about his gambling addiction. We talk about his alcohol, his a-holeness, his lying. but we don't bring up because some reason in Cincinnati, if you were 13, you were able to say yes. What kind of law was that back then? My goodness. Pete Rose will always go down, and I'm a father, and I'm sure there's a lot of fathers out there. He is a piece, and I actually have God, I want to say his name right now, and I don't know if he'd be mad. I'll just say his first name. I know one thing. If Clay ever ran into Pete Rose would be a dead man because his 14-year-old daughter, and I ain't gonna lie to you, she looked like she was like 16. She was 17, 18. I mean, she was beautiful. She was a cheerleader. He took advantage of her. There's a lot of stories in Cincinnati and probably all over the country because of the hit king. The boy did a lot more hitting than just with the bat, and he cheated. And I wanted to bring up something. Greg Gaston said, well, if you're corking a bat, you still got to put the bat on the ball. I don't understand why it is. Gaston, you played ball, homie. I know you're listening to me. If you think you have advantage when you step in that damn box, you've already basically won the battle. Having the brass ones to dig into the box against that pitcher, to feel like, hey, if I just make good contact, I'm taking this sucker yard, it gives you just a different type of aura. Why do you think, by the way, this is so fascinating, why do you think the placebos, did you see the last test where they did 1,000 people and they had 75 people recovery and 73 people in the placebos recovery? A lot of it has to do with just your mind. I even started tweeting some of this stuff because I got so annoyed last night because people don't think about, and I know I'm going to not go deep. I promise you. I'm not going to do this because we're about to get into this. I can tell you we're going to get into this big time, but I also will tell you that, man, I don't even want to do that because you know what? I'm going to get deep a little bit later. Do you know what I really want to do? Because I don't want to talk about this bum in the beginning of my show and have this loser bring me down. I want to do the rundown, baby. I like it. Let's get it started. By the way, Black Eyed Peas, I got to give them a little bit of love, man. I ain't heard some Black Eyed Peas in a long time. But I do want to know this right off the bat. Everybody has heard tons of things that are going on in the world. But I'm going to tell you a little funny thing that's not funny, that has a little to do with sports. Well, actually, no. It has a lot to do with life. And I feel like sports are the exact perfect thing for life. Like right now, we miss sports. But you know what? You got to pay attention to what's going on in the world and in your neighborhood. And something that scared the absolutely hell out of me, and it ain't this coronavirus. I mean, the coronavirus scares the hell out of me. But dude, have you heard about the killer hornets?
I sure have.
Dude, that is not even cool.
Apparently they attack your nervous system.
They killed a lady in Washington last weekend.
If they stab you a couple times, they attack your nervous system, your body starts to shut down. So this is something, good God, 2020 just can't get much worse at this moment. I obviously knock on wood because it could.
Yeah, it could.
Damn,
it
man.
could, but damn. No. But damn is right. We started off a year, we were trying to impeach a president, right? Instead of impeaching, while they were in God, I hate Congress. I can't stand the government. And by the way, I'm a Fourth Amendment man. I ain't going to do nothing. But while they were all doing that, they could have been focused on the Rona. They could have been focused on this damn killer hornet. And I'm going to tell you a secret. If I ever run into this hornet, I'm gone, dude. You're going to see me running a Deion Sanders 4.2 flat.
If you hit a 4.3 at your age, I'll be impressed. I will absolutely be impressed. Now,
4.320?
Into the next thing right here. Korean baseball organization. I just want to know, are you interested even in the slightest bit? ESPN's obviously playing these 6 times a week. They usually start at 1 a.m. Carl Ravitch is announcing them from a remote system at his home. Are you interested at all?
Did you say what was that sport you called it?
The KBO, Korean Baseball Organization.
Am I interested at all?
Yeah.
and it does have a baseball in it, right?
Yes.
Hell yeah, baby. Dude, I don't give it. I don't care if they're playing this thing on Timbuktu. Dude, where is Timbuktu, by the way? Does anybody know?
No
Is
idea.
Timbuktu real? Or is that just something people say?
It's got to be real. There's got to be somewhere.
This is kind of sad, actually, because I'm an
No,
old
it's,
man. I
it's,
should
it's
know if it's
definitely
real or
it's
not.
definitely a real thing. It's
I
gotta
can't
be.
believe in all these years I've never asked if it was a real place. Interesting. But now I got to also ask you this because this is driving me bananas. You are in this age. I have never wanted to beat millennials worse in my entire life than I have during the last
Why?
dance. All right. Are you ready to hear this? And then the kid will not answer me. The greatest player to ever play the game is Kevin Durant. He's not just top 5 all time. He is number 1 offensive player ever. If he played in the 80s and the 90s, he would have averaged 60 to 70 points. Now, I do understand that it's Cinco de Mayo. You think this dude could just be absolutely plastered. No, he's been saying this for months. I went on his thing, dude. He's like, I don't know if this is Kevin Durant posing as a really dorky 20-year-old white dude.
It's a burner account.
Dude.
Kevin Durant's been known to have burner accounts, but I will say one thing. I think that's absolutely a lunatic statement. 60 or 70, I think he'd still be in the 30s. There's no era in basketball that Kevin Durant's not Kevin Durant. And I think that's the truth that we need to get at.
No.
The over-exaggerations,
I'm going to give the real
though,
truth. I'm going to give the real truth.
The
No.
over-exaggerations
I'm gonna
of
make
what
you
he
stop.
would be in different eras, I'm not for that.
No. I'm going to say this. Here's where I'm going to end it. No. Kevin Durant couldn't bench 185 damn pounds. He wasn't going to take that beating. How many injuries has he had in just the last 2 seasons? Just the last 2 seasons. Because you know what? I don't got all damn day to give you all his injuries. He had 14 injuries since he joined the Golden State Warriors. 14. 7 of them were ankle issues. You think this guy playing that physical type of basketball was going to make it through a damn season? Man, I'm going to give you the biggest rock during the break and let you get high as Cooter Brown, son. I'm telling you, no. It's just like Walt Clyde Frazier said. You can take a guy from this generation back to ours, he'll get his butt whipped, and we'll beat him. You take a guy from our generation and you make him play with these rules, they'll knock us out by 30 because they're better shooters. They're about spacing and stuff. There's a different style of basketball. One, you draw blood. One, you have literally defense from 90 feet. You're up in the dude's grill so bad the whole time. Now they don't even play defense for 3 quarters. And the guys don't even play every game. Michael Jordan played every single game unless he was bleeping hurt, except for the 1 year, and he was fighting them because they put him on a 7.5 minute restriction.
I'll take your physicality point, and I'll just put it at this before we move on. Will Kevin Durant, if he's on the court, score 30 points or not? Because I think absolutely no question if he's on the court, he's
because
shooting.
I'm gonna tell you, hold on.
He can shoot the 3 better than a lot of guys in that day.
Okay. Time out. I want to just bring this up because this is what
He can
this
slash,
is where
he
the
can
guy
dribble
tries
at
to-
6 and
He said he would
6'11".
average 60 to 70. Are you
I
ready?
disagree
for this?
completely.
No. Are you ready for this? Are you okay? They had the highest averaging per points in the history of the sport was last year by James Harden, 36.1. Nobody's ever since Wilt Chamberlain, and I don't count that because there were so few teams, it wasn't global, and you had a monster playing with midgets. Okay, say like John Harden is playing with the little Johnstons. Are y'all going to let me like rack up all these rebounds, play on a 6-foot goal and dunk on the little Johnstons and say I'm the greatest 5'11" basketball player in the midget league or whatever? I mean, that's not like that is what putting Wilt. Is Wilt one of the greatest athletes ever? Man, he is. Is he one of the greatest men ever? Damn right he is. What he did, 20,000, the book, all that stuff. But for anybody to call James Harden Michael Jordan today's version, like this is exactly what it says. James Harden is exactly what Michael Jordan is today. What? Well, look, here's what he said. James Harden had 31 points, 36 points, 34 points in the last 3 years, led the league in scores. Well, yes, Mike led the league in scoring 10 of 12 years, and the only 2 years that he didn't lead was when he was playing baseball.
No.
But can I just tell you the points? 37, 35, 32, 33, 31, 30, 32, 29 was David Robinson. 29 was Shaq. Michael was only back to 30. Then he was back to 30, and then he was back to 28. So what I'm just trying to say is, if Michael Jordan is leading the league at 31 points, is Kevin Durant going to score 60, 70 points a damn game?
Because Kevin Durant is selling. Now, moving on. The Patriots director of college scouting for 15 years, Monty Ossenfort, has joined the Titans now. They're sort of becoming the Southern Titans at this point. I want to ask, do you think the Patriots are falling apart?
No.
You have a lot of people going to different places. Tom Brady. You have now a scouting director. You have Gronk, who seemingly did not want to play with them. Is this thing going to fall apart?
Hail to the Nizzo. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Bill's got everybody where he wants them. Nobody thinks they're going to be worth a crap. They were literally on NFL morning show making fun of Jared Stidham. If Bill Belichick, I'm going to tell you something. The dorky guy on the NFL Network, one, he's probably the ugliest, dorkiest guy on television. And he's also, I don't think, there's a woman that lives in Australia that doesn't know more football than him. I don't think there's a penguin in the Arctic that doesn't know more football than that idiot. But what I'm trying to say is I don't know.
The Patriots are the Patriots. That's
what I'm trying to say is, in all honesty, I am not going to be scared of the AFC East other than the damn Patriots, yo. Look, Sam Darnold, maybe. The Jets, they had a pretty good draft, by the way. I don't know if they're coming up. I don't necessarily believe in the Bills. Josh Allen is like the poorest Cam Newton I've ever seen that has a job in the NFL.
Then part of this comes back to Asante Samuel yesterday coming out saying Tom probably left because he was tired of Bill Belichick, the way he runs his teams. Obviously, Cassius Marsh is a guy back in the day, a D-end, who said that it's just not fun to play with the Patriots. Michael Bennett, there's a lot of guys that do it, so there's definitely, you look at that situation, you start to wonder. Now, Bill is sort of at the end of his career, more than likely. He probably has, at the most, a decade left coaching. You wonder if this thing's about to fall apart.
Oh, and I just wanted to say this one more thing before I have to say goodbye, because you know what? That was the rundown. First time that we did it. Got to be a little bit quicker because I got 3 stories I didn't get to. But I did kind of go off on the Kevin Durant thing because this guy's still tweeting at me, and I'm getting agitated even more every single time he sends something to me. So I will just say this as well. Ron Tillery's also getting into it as fun as can be.
Hey, via the text line, we have great texters. Thank you for this.
We love
Timbuktu is a city in Mali.
No way. Mali?
And they said, which is a country in West Africa. Thanks for the education.
Dude, I'm not joking with you. I learn something every day. I don't care what anybody says. I was listening to Brett Norsworthy and Dave Woloshin yesterday talk. And, you know how you're just sitting there listening to the radio, and they had just one of those great conversations that's going on, and then there's that nugget that comes out of Brett's mouth. Yo, you remember old number 53 Bob Matherson? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what the 5-3 defense comes from. What? Did you know that? I had no clue. Like, those are the types of nuggets that you can get from like Norsworthy, and that's why I love listening to him. He follows me with Sports Time on Sports 56. I want to remind you that we are not just on the AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM, but we are streaming live. You can message us at 67129 or at Sports 56 on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram. And I do want to remind you, we love people. I love rapping. My man, Terry Davis, for all you Memphis fans, has breaking news. So get ready, Tiger fans. Start dancing. Get your blue glasses out. Get your blue glasses on because it's going down on Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Start your day at Sunrise Memphis. Located in Midtown, enjoy delicious biscuit sandwiches and all their menu has to offer with quick and easy to-go and delivery options. Whether it's breakfast, brunch, or lunch, don't distance yourself from great food. For more information on Sunrise Memphis, visit sunrise901.com or call 901-552-3144 to place your order. Stay healthy and eat Sunrise Memphis today.
This is the sound of Jeff's first ever low and slow Applewood smoked pork shoulder. And this
Yes.
is the sound he made when it fell right off the bone. Yeah, you okay there, Jeff?
It's beautiful.
Backyard grilling leaves the best marks. Kingsford. For recipes and inspiration, visit kingsford.com.
The folks at Odor Eaters want to express our deep appreciation for the healthcare professionals, first responders, and essential business employees who continue to do so much to take care of the rest of us. To all of you working harder and longer days, if our products can help make the days ahead a little more bearable, you can find them in stores and online at Walmart, Target, CVS, or other fine retailers. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We have all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, there are aerial pictures that are taken every 4 years that can be used to measure a building, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one by using pictures that might be 4 years old. If you would rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, please give me a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best customer service we know how to provide. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why.
For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, let me tell you what's going to happen. We're going to be all right because we're going to find the next one. And then we're going to go to the next one. But I'll tell you one thing. We might run out of chicken and meat, but we ain't going to run out of whiskey, baby. We in Tennessee. home of Jack Daniels, baby. You know what else this wonderful place is home to? Well, Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, Sports 56. My man Gabe Kuhn at G_Kuhn71 on Twitter. You know me at Johnny_Radio. I sure hope you know about the Tri-State Defender. It's only been around for deadgum ever. And I hope you like the Memphis Tigers because you know what? This is Memphis, Tennessee, deadgum. And if you don't like the Tigers, I'm going to let you meet Gabe Kuhn outside at 3 o'clock. That's right. I'll be, what's the dude with the mic back in the day? He used to scream. I think he was like he was a heart man. I'll be Hard Man, the Heart Man. I'm hard with a big heart. Hard in with a big heart. Like, well, I'm strong. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a dead gum good WWE wrestling. So if you got any problems with Gabe, come on up here. I'll watch. But no, Terry Davis does have a unbelievable, exciting story to tell us. He's got a little bit of work he's been doing for Memphis. I haven't got to talk Memphis in so long, so I'm really excited. I'm going to try and be quiet because I'm going to let Terry Davis do all the talking. But there's one thing. We all know that Penny is a institution in this city, but there are a few other things that are institutions as well. And have you been to eatcbq.com lately? You might remember back in the day, it was like cbqmemphis.com. Remember that? Well, they went eatcbq.com. It's even easier. Just eatcbq.com. And it is simple. They, right now, because of the coronavirus, they are doing curbside to-go orders. They're also, they're taking care of their employees and all the people, so they're making sure everything is safe. But what I'm trying to tell you, though, the banana pudding, it's the bomb. And just so you know, I've lost 17 pounds and eaten 4 quarts, buddy, since quarantine. I have to say my metabolism is working again. I love it when it was just medicine. Slowed me down. But Central Barbecue, pulled pork, ribs, Memphis, 4 great locations. And when I say 4 great locations, they are all unique. They all have a little bit of feel, but the one thing that they all have, that unbelievable barbecue where smoke is their sauce, their wings, everything is just so damn delicious. I miss Central Barbecue. Well, I was just there the other day, but trust me, I still miss it when I talk about it. But you know who I really miss right now as a human being? And I was looking at his Twitter a lot during the quarantine, and I just wanted to also say this. You might be one of the nicest men on planet Earth. Terry Davis, welcome to the program.
What's up, Johnny Radio? How you been doing?
Man, you know what? I don't know if I told you this. I saved a bird. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the hummingbird.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, if you told me this, I would call you a liar. If Gabe told me, I would definitely call him a liar. I mean, he's too big to, touch a hummingbird. Are you kidding me? His, big old thumbs would break it. I almost don't think I would, I guess because you just don't think birds would ever just, come and be like, yo, I'm so messed up, I'm going to, put my life in a human's hand. So, I had a hummingbird living in my home. It was a little over 24 hours. Come and sit on our hands. Put a little thing up, with a little wire, and it would sit on the wire. I fed it every 30 minutes, 3 to 5 drops of that sugar water. And then after he was all ready to rock and roll, his peeps, about 4:30 in the morning, he was ready to bounce, baby. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was kind of sad. But as we're talking about the attachment that I had to this little bird, and, I think that I saved this little bird, probably did a lot for the University of Memphis because I believe in karma. And I'm just wondering, since I saved a hummingbird, has anything good happened to the University of Memphis Tigers?
Well, maybe, and maybe, it may be coming down the road. The most important date I think Tiger fans need to look at is May 20th. Even if the committee recommends and go with the one transfer rule, I think everything for Memphis expectations will go back to the roof.
Wow, wait, you're saying May 20th. It's May, Cinco de Mayo.
I know.
That's 5th, by the way. 15. By the way, do you know Spanish? Uno, dos, tres. Cinco. Wait, uno, dos, tres.
Poquito.
Cuatro.
Poquito.
I forgot the cuatro, dude. How could I forget quarter? Disappointed myself. But
yeah, but on May 20th, if the
15
committee
days.
go ahead and do it, right, in 15 days, if they go ahead and do that, you can pencil Memphis in for the second weekend of the tournament.
No, whoa, hold on. Wait. Okay, listen. See, this is what I'm scared about, and this is where I don't want to be an a-hole, and I don't want to also be a Debbie Downer. We were riding high as giraffes. We were flying like kites. We were 80,000 feet in what are those things Skunk Works did back in the day with Ben Johnson and all those crazy folks? Gabe, you should know all about this, dude. Ben Rich. You're the dude who introduced me to the whole UFO thing. How do you not remember all those names?
I have no idea what you're referring to right now.
Ben Rich, the dude who invented the B-52 bomber. I learned all about it from the show you got me to watch. So I figure you know exactly what I was talking about. But anyway, what I'm just basically saying is actually I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about Ben Rich for some reason out in the middle of the desert. Oh, Penny, the expectations last year. We jumped on this sucker like the University of Memphis was going to slap Bill Self. Is going to slap Coach K. Anybody that came into the building. Poor, my man, Greg Marshall is going down for real. Like, everybody was basically saying that Penny was bringing a new style of brand basketball. Memphis was about to shake the Blue Bloods up. I believed it. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. In fact, I was so drunk on the Kool-Aid that I didn't even realize until the season ended that we didn't make the NCAA tournament. No, I'm just joking. But realistically, you're telling us that you think that next year is going to be the year. But this year, like going into last year, was the number one recruiting class. Can you explain to our audience why you like this year better than last year?
Last year, even before all the bombs burst on Memphis, I felt that team, would get some experience, but you would lose James Precious and you probably lose somebody else. But the team would have get so much experience, and then the second year, that's when the team would go ahead and blow up. Like, if you realize it, you're only losing one core person from the team last year, really two, with Tyler leaving. And you replace him with, a couple of these transfers in, plus the addition of hopefully Boogie and Lester raising their game up. And with the experience they got last year, they might not have the hype they had coming in last year, but I think the team would always ultimately be better as a team this year than it would last year. Last year, because of the situation, if James had played, that team would have been a much better team. But since James didn't play, it brought it down a little bit.
It sure did. It did. It changed a lot of things. You think the young man? I mean, okay, all right. Put it this way here, like, and I, honestly, and I tell people, and like, so they don't like. I don't want them to ever think to myself, "You're the expert." I am not all up in the high school kids, if you know what I'm saying. I just, This is what I say. I love you. You are the coolest, kindest person I've ever seen. But DeAndre Williams, I've never seen. What kind, what do you think of him as a man is what I'm trying to say. Is what kind of kid would the university get if they got him? Like, he's got to come into it feels like, is this the most veteran-laden team that we can remember as Tiger, guys on the beat or fans in a long damn time?
Yes, it's probably the 08 team. If everyone who comes in, the two guys who've already signed, Rand is already qualified because he's a JUCO guy. And then we get Landers Nolly in there, and Landers would take the position of Tyler Harris.
Yep.
He'll be a good guard. And if you can get DeAndre Williams in, he would take the place of Precious because he's a ball getter.
Okay, so see, this is where I want to ask you this before you get to that. So you don't think Dandridge is the guy that's going to replace Precious?
No, Dandridge is going to be where he is.
He's going to be the 5?
He's going to be the 5.
Okay.
Precious played mostly 4 and 5, but when Malcolm was in there, he played the 5. But Precious, he accentuated himself as a 4. And if we get DeAndre Williams, which I think it's going to be pretty much down to Memphis and Kentucky, even though he has ties to it's always down to Memphis and Kentucky.
Couldn't it be just anybody? Because like losing to Cal, I don't know why. Like losing hurts. Yeah. Losing to Cal, it's like losing and then having just somebody walk up to you and say head or gut, and then you're like, what? and then you don't say anything, and they decide and they just pick head or gut.
But one thing we have in our favor, he's from Houston, and Memphis is of the 4 teams. He's narrowed
He
his
can
list
play at
down
home.
to. He can play Memphis. Memphis is the biggest city he will play in. Waco is a small city, but it's not as big as Memphis. And he also, the style of play that Memphis plays suits his style more so than up in Kentucky. And then considering that he'd be playing the same position as Precious has gotten, and what the feed that Precious is getting from the NBA would lean him toward picking Memphis. Because, like I said, all this is putting out if on May 20th, they said they just going to forget everything. But I think what's going on with NCAA, I actually think they're going to actually go ahead and give the 1-year waiver this year for all transfers.
I absolutely think they must. If they don't you just seem like it would be almost an unjust thing, even though it does cause almost like a log jam, and you feel guilty for the incoming freshmen or the juniors who are getting ready to be those seniors. Like the whole situation and all that, let's just be real. It stinks all the way around because you had there was it was a well-oiled machine. Like Gabe Kuhn could probably tell you even better than me. What would it be like? And I wanted to ask you this. What would it be like if you were getting ready and let's just say they canceled the season and you got these guys, like your senior year, you got a guy underneath you who's been working his tail off for 4 seasons. He's about to start the year after you leave. And then they tell him, nope, y'all get to come back the next year together. I mean, would that not be pain?
That'd be
horrible.
horrible.
It would be. It would hurt you. Yes, it would be.
It'd be awful.
But my thing is, because even though I have no inside information and no knowledge, what gives me a glimmer of hope is with what they did last year with the name, image, and likeness last week. That just came out the blue. It was nothing planned or anything, but when they agreed to that, I think,
Is
they're
that to
trying
do with the video game? That's what I don't understand because I'm not a gamer.
Because the video game, with the name, image, and likeness, because they couldn't pay the players, that's how come they took college off, because the players with the O'Bannon suit, that was one of the reasons it came up, because they were using their likeness and images and they weren't getting anything, but they was getting money from from the gamers.
So
it
cannot coming back.
It cannot come back yet. The group licensing situation is not figured out, and I don't think it ever will be.
Right,
So we're never gonna get that
they get a
back?
union. Unless a union forms up and they can figure out some type of ratio to play the players and go from there. It's gonna be really tough. Be really tough.
Dang, that stinks, by the way. Terry Davis, tri-state defender, one of my favorite people on the planet, one of the nicest guys on Twitter. There was a couple people who were having a bad week. One of them was even me. I just got to say, Terry Davis, you are one of the most kind and inspirational people. If you're not following him, it's just at Terry D515. And when I say it's like, kind people are kind. I work to be nice. Because I know I obviously did something horrible in my past lives or something, because I got to work just to keep going. You know what I mean? But Terry, you just have that unbelievable heart. You're always good to people. You make everybody smile. You're a great follow on Twitter, and you're a better read. If you love Tiger sports, check out the Tri-State Defender and read my man Terry Davis. And I got to ask right before I let you go, congratulations, by the way, for being back. Does it feel good being back on the show?
Yeah,
Does it
good.
feel kind of normal a little bit to you? Kinda? No?
Oh, I hadn't missed a beat, because normally I try to take a little time off in the summertime so I don't get burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been watching a whole lot of trash TV, so I'm good.
So you really hadn't been noticing much. So this is your trash time right now.
Yeah. Usually during this time of the year, I usually focus down and just get into baseball. I do miss my baseball. I'm a big baseball guy, and I really do miss baseball, because that's one of the only apps. That's the only app I pay for is MLB.com, so I can listen to my Reds at any time. But I do miss baseball. But with the YouTube and all that, I can go back and look at some old games, and that serves my fix.
Wow, that is So wait, hold on. I get my fix right now from 30 for 30s, Last Dance. I watched Alex Smith. I literally loved it, actually. I know that sounds crazy. I didn't know he had personality, and he was such a good dude. So basically what I'm trying to say is, like, I have found good things, but I will tell you this. Are you like me and Gabe? Will you take sports, no fans, just get us these unbelievable athletes back out on the damn field? And the last thing I want to ask you, because I know you're a Tiger beat writer. No, I got two questions. This, and then I'm going to end on the Tiger question. I want to know, do you think that they need to finish this NBA season?
Yes, I think they will finish NBA season. Now, with the season, I don't think they will have fans back. But I think when football comes back in the fall, I think football will have fans back.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. I think football will. I don't know if baseball and basketball will. We'll have to just wait and see and pray. But I also have to ask you the honest-to-God truth. Tell Tiger fans right now, Terry Davis, what do you think? Like right now, are we going to get DeAndre Williams?
50-50.
50-50 right now. Okay, and
50-50.
If we get DeAndre Williams, what's next year's starting five? Way too damn early. But, hey, I want to know.
Yeah. I think it would be too early, because I don't know who's going to compete.
You haven't seen anybody compete, have you?
Right, because, you don't know how Williams going to be. You don't know how Knowledge going to be. You don't know if Damian's going to lift his game up or you
Damian
just don't know.
Ball.
Yeah, with a person that a lot of people forget about, So it's just a lot of things that
How can you
on.
forget about him? I mean, we stole. I mean, like, dude, like from just everything that this Memphis Tigers basketball team was, I still think we are, like, I know that last year wasn't the best, but the best is going to come up and surprise us and give us the best bite on the keister, and it's going to be like we come out of Corona and we celebrating a championship. What do you think about that?
All right, I agree with you 100%. And even if we don't get Williams or Nolly eligible, I still think this team makes the tournament next year without those two. But with those two, I think we're going to make a deep run in the tournament.
By the way, do players get to, can Landers do Landers forward for, like, Chris Price, Because that would work out perfect.
That don't kick in until the beginning of next
that's
season.
Next year? Oh, he would have been the perfect dude for my man Chris Price right there. We're Poplar and where Germantown and Cargierville meet at Landers Ford. Oh, well. Hey, Terry Davis, I love you with all my heart and soul. I will see you very good. Stay safe out there in this crazy new 2020 that we're living, and keep your nose to the grindstone and keep sending me all the info. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Got you covered, my brother. Be good.
Hey, be good. That's Terry Davis, y'all. I'm late for a break. I'll be back in 2 shakes and guess what? And a lamb's tail. But while I'm gone, just remember Chad Gallen, MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
The landscape is so beautiful at Town Village Audubon Park. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, theme dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
We got this video in here, dude. I know I'm not Dirk Diggler, or who's a great dancer? Isn't Dirk Diggler a great dancer?
Michael Jackson was a great dancer.
Dude, I can't do the moonwalk.
I don't know about Dirk Diggler.
I have to go with a white dude. Like John Travolta is too good of a dancer for me. I need to go to like a white dude who has like one couple moves. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's not a very common thing. You know.
I'm joking around doing the Vogue thing. And by the way, the reason I'm talking about this is because all you people, we're back, baby. This is Sports 56 Happy Hour with your good buddy Johnny Radio, Gabe Coons and the Hizzy. We had Sports 56 mornings. We had middays. We got Happy Hour. Then we got Sports 56 with Wolo and Stats. And then don't forget, people, we're also on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram. We're doing it all. I'm here chilling in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. And I want to say one big fat thank you to Family Leisure. Family Leisure out at 2120 Witten Road. They're just north of I-40. Go in there. It's like a Toys R Us for adults. You'll love it. But they always have stuck with us. And I'm going to tell you right now, the video, the rooms, all the work that they've done, love you, Family Leisure. And if you want to talk about work, see what they can do to your house, because that's the work that you're going to get done and absolutely love it. Now, Favre got a 1.1. What the bleep is this Favre stuff? I'm asking you.
Has something to do with him getting paid for things he didn't do. I believe he got paid $1.1 million to show up somewhere, and he did not show up.
He was supposed to do a speech.
So that's where we're at with Brett Favre.
Did he pay taxes?
I've seen him on Cameo. One of my buddies paid him on Cameo to do you know what Cameo is?
Yes.
So it's that thing where you pay him and then they give you a little personalized message. He's doing that right now, but apparently he's not showing up to the big events where he gets $1.1 million to do a speech.
Did you know that State Auditor Shad White announced that there was $94 million worth of questionable spending from just the Mississippi Department of Human Services? To be honest with you, I'm proud Brett Favre. I'm proud Brett only took $1 million. $1 million and change. Dude, why is it that every time we turn on I like sports, but when you turn on a real news station, have you noticed? Somebody's always stealing money. White collar crimes are going everywhere. You hear about this Steak Escape had to give $9 million back, or Harvard's here's $12 million back. I know we got billions in endowment. Sorry about that. Dude, anybody's always trying to basically screw you over. Oh, my gosh. That's kind of a segue. Speaking of getting screwed over, Brett Favre, quarterback at Green Bay, he felt he got screwed over. He basically came out and said Aaron Rodgers, the guy that screwed him over, got screwed over by Jordan Love. What are we going to do in the next segment? We talking all National Football League. We getting deep up in this. Plus Hardwood, because it feels so good on Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Hey, sports fans, you already know the Butcher Shop has been a great Memphis tradition since 1981, and it still is. The Butcher Shop is absolutely open for your takeout with curbside pickup or Grubhub delivery because the Butcher Shop is still serving your favorite steaks, fish, and seafood. But now you can also pick them up raw and take them home to cook. You get the highest quality from the Butcher Shop and the comfort of home cooking. All wine and beer selections can be sold and picked up curbside as well. Plus, order curbside and pickup and receive 10% off your food order. And how about Burger Fridays? Treat your company to lunch, and the Butcher Shop will deliver Hamburger Friday any day of the week with all the fixins for just a minimum $250 order. The Butcher Shop is here for you, so don't worry about getting a great meal. The Butcher Shop has cooked or uncooked meals for curbside pickup or Grubhub delivery. Call 757-4244 or online at thebutchershop.com. The Butcher Shop at the Agri Center, Walnut Grove, and Germantown Parkway.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Sports 56 would like to recognize local businesses that are out there providing for the community. Let's support local business with your business. The Gun Store, Holly Chevrolet, The Bear's Den, the Peabody Hotel, The Shot Nurse, Laser Aesthetics Body and Wellness. Sports 56 appreciates the support of local businesses always, but especially during this time. Thank you.
Golfers, our tee times, fairways, and greens are on the horizon. Until then, your friends at Edwin Watts Golf Shops encourage you to stay safe, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. Our plan is to reopen based off state and federal guidelines. During the interruption, our online store remains open at worldwidegolfshops.com. Thank you for your patience and understanding, and most of all, for being a part of our amazing golf community. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we look forward to serving you soon.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Google or Alexa to play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. on AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home.
Get out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, and now?
Now, the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
Happy Cinco de Mayo to all my friends. I don't care if you're Mexican, Italiano, African, Chinese. Who doesn't want a good margarita on the 5th of May, baby? Ain't nothing like one. Right down the street from Sports 56, we got Las Delicias. And the cool thing is, if you're worried, don't worry. We got you on Sports 56 on the AM, the original gangster. We got you on 2 FM channels, but you got your smartphone, right? You can take your smartphone in everywhere you want to go, put your pods in. You can listen to us on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube, Periscope, Instagram, whatever you want to do. We got you because we're here to please, baby. We want to make sure that you get all the info that you need so that you know what to talk about when you go with your family. And plus, we'd like to make you laugh, or we'd like to tell you about, like, a little something going on. And just like yesterday, number 53, did not know Mr. Matherson. I didn't even know anything about Bob. And again, what about Bob? Do you think that's where What About Bob came from?
Could be.
See,
might be onto something.
It can get deep up in here. But welcome back into Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. That's Gabe Kuhn, that unbelievable what is it? What kind of voice you got?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
There's a little bass in my voice.
Got a little bass.
Bit. What would you call it right before?
I was going to say I can't even think of the word. Like where you have a deep voice, and it started like a del tone or delta. I don't know. I never.
No idea.
I tried a harmonica once because I liked Bob Dylan. But it was just plastic, and I got in a McDonald's thing, so I don't think it was really
probably didn't play. It wasn't tuned correctly.
Yeah, I don't think it was tuned correctly. So that was that situation. But I don't know how many people know this. In just a little bit, I'm going to my favorite segment of the day. We have some very interesting and fun topics, but I get to talk with one of my favorite people on planet Earth, and that's Gabe, about football. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I am arrogant. I am egotistical. I am an a-hole sometimes. But I'm also nice sometimes. But I like talking football with people who know what the hell they're talking about. And that's why I feel so comfortable with this man sitting next to me. And then sometimes not so comfortable because sometimes I feel like he knows more than me when he's talking about certain things. But don't talk about quarterbacks with me, boy. No, I'm just joking. I love talking with Gabe. And this is an opportunity I think that everybody in Memphis should take the advantage because you have a young man who knows the NCAA inside and out. He just left the field. He's working in media. He knows this sport. He has friends galore. He knows the new football. I know old football. We get to debate it. We get to talk about it. We get to learn from each other. Hopefully you can learn from us. We get to have a lot of fun. Now, I'm never going to sit there and pretend because I had a guy actually send me this. If I tell you, dude, I can't believe I'll tell you the story. I went sidebar, but some people actually say they love my sidebars. I had a dude who sent me his resume. Do you know what was on top of it?
No, what was it?
And I don't even know how you do this, but something about he took Memphis and made the team a 3-time national champion in a game. I don't know. He said he had.
You're kidding me. He did not do NCAA. He did not put it on.
It was on his resume, homie.
My dynasty mode in NCAA you're kidding, right?
No, dude. I feel like I need to go back to college and teach resumes. I mean, I might make a bank just teaching how to do a resume.
Was it like a joke? Was it a gag resume?
No, it was a.
He was dead serious.
Unequivocally, I want to say his name because he's actually
no.
I know he just texted me and said hell no. Jorge. Anyway, I wouldn't do that. But now, when you're able to go back in time or when you
I took my dynasty team in NCAA 14 to the national championship 3 times.
one of the more impressive.
Hire me. I know.
Hey,
I know what I'm talking about.
I've worked 2 jobs, had a couple kids, and won 3 national championships.
no way.
On what is it? PS
NCAA 14 on Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. If I just say the 360, I can remember that one. But anyway, it's so funny. By the way, you remember our boy George?
Of course.
George was laughing at us so hard. He said we had a good show today, so I appreciated that, George. I don't know if he was just being nice, but he did say, listening to me talk games, he's like, I can tell you don't know a damn thing.
About video games?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You still call it the Facebook, man.
Well, no. I mean,
you like all this like new social media stuff and all this brand newfangled technology confused. I can Twitter.
I'm not good
I know
at
how
it.
to Twitter.
I'm not good at it, but I can do it. I've figured out the whole gifts. I did that. There's a poll on there. I don't like that thing. You can only put so many words in there, man. Yeah, I'm kind of good.
You like
with the
having
Twitter.
that so you can make fun of the Packers and Aaron
Yes.
Packers and Aaron
Actually,
Rodgers
my
and Jordan
favorite
Love?
person to make fun of is Cody Bryant. Or no, wait, yeah, I think it's Cody Bryant. But right now he's one of my favorite people to make fun of. He's the guy that literally thinks that Kevin Durant has never done wrong, and Kevin Durant is better than Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Moses Malone, Karl Malone, John Stockton, and Magic Johnson all rolled into one. So again, we do know out there in this world, actually some of those people do need medications. But it is time for me and Gabe, and I want you to hit me at 67129. We know Kevin Durant, he's not Michael Jordan. We know James Harden sure as hell ain't Michael Jordan. Hell, Kevin Durant ain't LeBron James. But you know what we don't know? The draft picks, what they're going to be. But you know what we are going to do? We are going to recklessly speculate. And I wouldn't say reckless because I'm going to use hopefully my brains, Gabe's brains. I feel like we know what we are talking about. We have had there have been times where I thought this dude was going to be a monster, and he was nothing but weak sauce. There has been times I've been worried about guys, and he was awesome. So the draft is not an exact science, even though they try to make it more and more daily. Numbers fit this person into that, and it drives me crazy, and I want to let you just run with this. Why is it that they look harder at the numbers than the tape?
Because when you look at guys like John Gruden and Mike Mayock, the numbers tell you that somehow
he ran a 4.27 on a good day.
That Henry Ruggs is a better wide receiver than Jerry Jeudy and C.D. Lamb based on the numbers. I don't know why they do. I think the tape tells everything. And, like, there's guys in this draft class in the first round. There's a guy taken in the top 10.
Did you hear about Devonta Smith?
What about him?
When Ruggs went before Jeudy?
What'd he say?
It's not supposed to be out.
The truth of the matter is, it's like you don't look at the tape.
Tight end for Alabama told me
you don't look at the tape and
say
that Henry Ruggs' tape is better than Jerry Jeudy. They just like the numbers. They like the combine. They like the athleticism that they see in some of these guys.
He said, "All right, you know what?
And they fall in love with it, and they think, know what they think? Coaches are very prideful, and they're prideful to the point where they think, if I have this blank slate of an athlete, I can mold him like clay into what I want. When the realistic, aspect of this tells you that 9 times out of 10, those guys can't be molded into clay. They have functioning brains that they may not be able to take some things in that you try to teach them. So like it's an inexact science. It's a science nonetheless, but it is very inexact, and you see just some weird decisions made. Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes this year. I'm going to be honest with you, John. Did you like Justin Herbert? Did you like his tape?
No.
I'll tell you right now, I didn't really like his tape.
The more I looked at, can I just tell you something? I had a big problem with something I didn't even realize that I had a problem with.
But he's 6'6", 240.
He stares down receivers.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 240 and has a big arm, though.
And you know what? He has a big one, by the way. He has a very big arm. And so every quarterback's coach thinks they can take this man and make him something. And I hear what you're trying to say, but I'm going to tell you right now, after the draft, maybe I spent a little too much time. I know why I spent too much time. I've been at home. So I've been watching, and I was down on Tua kind of. I was down on him in the fact of I still do not think Tua Tagovailoa will be Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson. I don't think he's going to be Dak Prescott. I think Tua will play football. I think it's going to be a damn nightmare because he always tries to extend the play. And unfortunately, just like Drew Bledsoe and many quarterbacks who extend plays, they get knocked the bleep out in the National Football League, and there goes their career. I'm praying that does not happen. I think if you could take away where he thinks he's a great athlete. Now, he was a great athlete in high school. He was a great athlete in college. Dude, in the NFL, they had 17 ends run faster than him. Think about that. They are 260, 70, 280 pounds. They are faster than you. So you need to get rid of the ball. But the one thing that I have to say, I did watch. I never saw a guy's helmet. My man Justin Herbert never looked anybody off. He was a one-read and throw quarterback. And if it wasn't open, he took it and ran. Did he ever learn? I mean, did he grow it all from high school to college?
My answer to that, and I think
don't
you might
think
be
he
able
did.
to agree. I don't think he. Well, obviously you grow a little bit from high school to college. Don't get that twisted. But
mentally is what I'm speaking of.
His ball placement wasn't there. I don't think he ever had good enough coaching. You're talking about Willie Taggart, and Mario Cristobal, O-line guy
Cristobal.
coming in. And I think Cristobal has done a fine job there, but I don't think anybody he's had.
You are being nice to the O-line guy.
Again, I don't think that Justin Herbert has had the coaching that he will receive in the NFL. So you give a guy like that a certain amount of benefit of the doubt.
You like Lynn? Anthony
Lynn? Yeah. I like him. I thought a lot of last year was tough for him because of Phillip Rivers not being pretty careless with the ball. And
that was his by far.
The defense was put into tough situations. But that I think that is a good situation for Herbert, no question.
I actually, a lot of people are going to probably be like, dude, who's Anthony Lynn? He's a quarterback. He's the coach for the Chargers. He's been there actually, golly, man. He's actually been there, since – feels like he's been there for 5, 6, 7 years, man. He's been there a while, man. But what I'm trying to say is this is a man who actually every person I've ever talked to respects. Players like him, actually. But you're on time to meetings. You come to workouts. You do things with your team. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that will give you all the rope in the world until if you take an inch, he's going to pull you back a damn mile. I think that's how you should be a coach. You can be a grown man until you can't. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But I'm always wondered this. Is Anthony Lynn, because Rex Ryan, listening to him talk about Anthony Lynn, it's I don't know if he wants to suck his toes too. Because he loves some toes, but man, he loves him some Anthony Lynn. Dude, he was talking about Anthony Lynn so hard the other day. I was like, if Anthony Lynn was in that room right now, Rex would get on his knees and suck his toes. He would. We all know, hey, if you didn't know this, Rex Ryan, he just likes toes. And I'm going to tell you this. I've never sucked a toe in my life. I actually had Honey one time ask me. I would rather call.
Why are you talking about sucking
Ryan.
toes?
Because I was thinking
Rex
of Rex
Ryan. So immediately go to sucking toes.
Well, I just wanted to mention Rex Ryan said that he thinks Anthony Lynn is one of the smarter minds. He thinks that Anthony Lynn has. Here's exactly what he says. I can't quote him, but I want to say that this is what I feel like it was. He says he is a full-grown man who treats his players like full-grown men, he demands respect, gives respect, but he will take it away from you in a damn heartbeat if you cross him. That's a kind of like a good coach, don't you think? But my question is he the kind of guy that's going to be who did he bring in? I've heard he's been, you've heard Palmer and you've heard a bunch of people working with him. I feel almost like the San Diego Chargers need to go out there and get themselves a quarterback guru because, what was it, Stan Humphrey, last dude take them to the Super Bowl or whatever? I don't even know if you know who that is. Do you?
Yeah.
It's so sad. Were you alive when Stan Humphries played?
Probably no.
Yeah, I want to say he played in the Super Bowl. I was like, God, I was it. Natron Means was there. I remember big Natron. Man, honestly, I can't even remember the year that was. They got the brains beat out of them. I don't even remember who beat the crap out of them either. Who was it the Chargers played? I think it was like 92 or something. 93 maybe.
92. Good memory.
Nuh-uh.
And I was not alive.
Dude, they got whipped though. But anyway, point is, I just wanted to say, first of all, I mentioned the things that I needed to say. I'm going to give a lot of this time to Gabe right now to finish off. We've made fun of Brett Favre. We've made fun of some of these people. I have basically said to you, I don't understand what some of these teams are doing, but I did want to ask you this question and let you talk. If you're a Dallas Cowboy and you see, like, this is where I don't know if it's the media, and especially watching The Last Dance, I almost feel like it is almost the media. You got a quarterback who's now going to have the best offensive line, the best, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Zeke's in the back. Who did he have last year? Oh, Gallup. Basically, let's just be real. You have a top 2 offensive line. You have a top 3 running back, and you have a top 3 set of wide receivers. Offense is going to be dope, and you're making $31 million this year, and you can't get, in the new rules from the collective bargaining agreement, they are not allowed to franchise tag you twice. So therefore, he's going to get the full $31 million this year. And then if he has a good year, he's going to get $200.
He gets to play the field. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen with Dak. And they brought in Andy Dalton. And I think people were making a big deal out of it. Oh, could this be they're trying to put pressure on Dak?
No.
Shut up. Shut up.
He is
Dak
a
is
better
coming
backup.
Dak is coming off his best season ever, regardless of what the team finished up. He's not a bad quarterback. He's actually a pretty good quarterback. He's probably, when you look at the grand scheme of things last year, he was a top 10 quarterback in the
all
league.
honesty, he's definitely, I think, one of the top 32.
Andy Dalton is without question a grade A insurance policy for that team because they're sort of, in all likelihood, and if I'm in Jerry's mind and I'm in Mike McCarthy's mind, they're in a win-now mentality sort of situation, right? They have all the players they need to compete and contend for a Super Bowl, but does that mean they will make it? No, I'm just saying they have everything they need, and they don't want it to be derailed by a quarterback going down. Now, but I just found it so interesting that everybody wanted to make this big deal about Andy Dalton getting signed like he's about to start, like he's about to start for the Cowboys. No question.
Des Bryant somehow came out and basically almost I don't want to sit there and say this because I hate to put words in people's mouth. But did you read his tweets and his Instagram tweet and
I try to stay with Des. Des has a very outward opinion that is just not all that important to me. I would say that.
Can I just tell you what he said? And this is what makes me so mad. And let me tell you a secret. And people have to understand me. I think every person in this world, we are all born with biases. If you study the human mind, you realize that you have to make certain just decisions in a split second. And they're not even things that you think about, but it's the way you grew up. But for everybody out there, we have come a long dead-gum way. For Des Bryant to come out there and say, he wouldn't have done this to Tony Romo. I watched Tony Romo get paid twice. Never was half the quarterback of Dak Prescott. To make this a racial issue, when the only thing, at least in my opinion, and maybe you could say I'm wrong, I thought that the Cowboys went out there and just made themselves one of the best quarterback rooms in the National Football League when you got wide receivers galore and a running back. Could you imagine Dak Prescott gets hurt in Game 9 for the rest of the season, and you got Bobby Joe Oh God, who is that dude? Bobby Joe Hebert or something like back in the day from New Orleans playing quarterback. Or oh God, could you imagine Kellen Moore still?
You know who the backup for the Cowboys was before this?
Wasn't it
right?
Kellen Moore?
Cooper Rush.
Oh, Cooper. Oh no, it wasn't. Was it really Cooper Rush? Cooper Rush couldn't win a game in the Arena Football League. You're serious as a heart attack, aren't you?
I'm dead serious, man.
I didn't know that.
It was a good signing, and I look at like this QB class that sort of came out
Dude,
here, this free agent class.
He's the dude out of Central Michigan, right?
Yeah, he is.
I couldn't remember if he's like. Yeah, he is at Central Michigan. Kid.
But I look at some of these some of what is shaken out of this QB class. Obviously, it was loaded. Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, all these guys, right? And I wonder how the Bears feel at this moment, right? Cam Newton was on the a free agent, is a free agent. Andy Dalton was a free agent, signed for $7 million. Jameis Winston signed for $1 million.
By the way,
and you decided to trade a 4th-round pick, and you decided to trade a 4th-round pick for Nick Foles, who's making $22 million a year.
I don't even know what that. Can I just tell you something?
That's
great.
The GMs. I think Ryan
Green Bay GMing.
Ryan Pace is the GM for the Bears, right? And I think he's done like a good job bringing in some good talent through the draft and all that. But one decision can derail you, and this Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, right
decision,
now he has two that are really hurting
the decision to pick Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes,
to move
and then he
slot.
compounds it by overpaying. Basically, at this point, he traded a 4th-round pick for Nick Foles, and the Jaguars didn't even want Nick Foles at this point. So it's like you can't compound decisions, and it's one area of problem for him. It's that quarterback position, and he could have addressed it. I just think it's interesting to think how this all shook out in this offseason.
I just think it's also so funny how starved we are for sports that we are literally trying to inject racism into a Jerry Jones team in Dallas. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, they brought in Andy Dalton. This is going to be bad. Dude, he loves Dak Prescott. By the way, like, did you know that there was actually a person that, I have to tell you this, and this was on the NFL Network. They did correct it right there. Like the lady was right there to correct it. But the little girl who came on the screen, she's like, Dak Prescott last year made like I can't remember, it was like $2 million or $1.8 million. And Andy Dalton's coming in and is going to make $7 million this year, more than the starting quarterback of the Dodgers. And I was like, dude, hold up, woman, did you not hear he? Like it ain't signed completely. He's getting $31 million. Like, who doesn't? You know what? I'm not going to play this year. I'm not going to do it. $31 million? Nope. Hey, you remember those other years I played? I made a whole whopping $6 million. But that 31, no way.
Time without sports, narratives have to be made.
Yeah, I guess you got to make
not always
stuff.
The right narratives, not always agreeable narratives, but they're narratives.
Now, I do have to. I've been I feel like I've been bad, and there's so many things I want to talk to you about, and I hate having a month off. We won't ever do this again. But y'all just make sure y'all check out all the podcasts, because we will keep you abreast of what's all going on and everything that's going down from wet markets in China that need to be closed down. And by the way, can I ask you something? Did you know about wet markets until this coronavirus?
There's been problems with the.
See, I never even heard about this
before in China, and
oh my
this
God.
is not just in China.
New York.
They're not just in China. I mean,
well, that's what I was
going to
say. There's 7 in New York. This is what I was getting ready to say. This is all I wanted to sit there. So
anywhere with live animals.
Yesterday, I just want to say this.
Slaughtering going on.
So yesterday, I found out something new. I found out number 53. Yep, Mr. Bob started the 53 defense. Thank you, Brett. Also found out that my man, Governor Cuomo, who's been doing all those like press conferences and looking real, I guess, dope or something, like people like him or something, he has the largest wet market in the world outside of the country of China, by the way. His state. No other, not even California. Do you know how much bigger California is than like New York? They have it's like they did like the whole, have you ever seen that Vice News thing? Vice News people came in there and they were doing that whole like secret thing. Bro, can I just tell you a little secret? Have you ever gone to the grocery store?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever seen a chicken's head on there?
Time out. Now listen, I've been to I don't even know how to explain this. It was a sort of Asian
Dude, I can't watch
grocery
them do
store
that.
in Seattle, and
Oh,
they
no.
sell all types of stuff: chicken legs,
Oh, no, it ain't happening.
pig's feet.
Dude, I would go
all that type of
vegetarian so
stuff.
fast it ain't even funny.
But no, in Kroger, no, I have never seen a chicken head.
Dude,
I've never
alls
seen
I
an
know-
animal slaughtered at Kroger. No.
In the thing that I watched, and I apologize because it made me think of Phil Jackson in The Last Dance. But they were doing it and doing it and doing it well, if you know what I'm saying. And I looked at that, and all I thought of was this: I will never drink a Corona beer ever again. We'll be back in 2 shakes. Always remember this: Sports 56 96.1, and of course 901. 406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. Just sold your house. This is Sports 56, and we're finishing you up with my favorite segment of the day, Hardwood, on 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Hi, everybody, The Herd. Over 50 years ago, 2 men with a passion for motorsport and engineering began building race engines in an old abandoned mill. They saw an opportunity on every wide open road and an invitation in every curve. It was a chance to push the envelope, break all the rules. It was a chance to prove that a 2-ton family sedan could have the performance to compete in a 24-hour track. Building a reputation, it wasn't enough. Their vision was to expand upon the excellence they had created. This engineering company continued to validate their belief by putting race car engines in luxury sedans and proceeded to stun the elite in world motor racing by winning and winning and winning. We may never truly understand what drives Mercedes-AMG to break barriers, along with every record in the book, but here's to allowing us to enjoy the results. Learn more at mbusa.com/AMG. Mercedes-AMG. Driving performance.
Central Barbecue is committed to the health and safety of this community, who has supported Central for almost 20 years. Central Barbecue is still open for business with to-go and delivery options to serve the greater Memphis area with the same great barbecue you have come to know and love. With 4 locations to serve you, from downtown, midtown, and East Memphis, you can order your favorite barbecue and enjoy everything on the menu in the comfort of your own home. Call your nearest Central Barbecue location for more information on delivery and to-go options today.
Hi, it's The Herd. In the past, waiting until the last minute to order a Mother's Day bouquet from 1-800-Flowers might have worked out fine. But this year, with limited delivery, you need to lock in your order today. So right now, when you order a dozen sorbet roses, 1-800-Flowers will give you an extra 6 roses free, plus a vase for only $39.99. To order, go to 1-800-Flowers.com, click the radio icon, and enter the code HERD.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test driven, checked out from head to toe, unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back
Don't head back to Tennessee, Jed. In fact, don't move. I got actually breaking news, and it's not sports related. I don't like doing this. Nobody's dead, don't worry. But it's kind of bad. Like, I'm sitting here chilling, getting ready for my favorite segment of the day, Hardwood. Everybody's favorite segment of the day. I got a lovely young lady named Allison List who texts me, and also Serena, and they literally say, 2:30, Hardwood. It's like the best thing since they got divorced. You know, makes me feel good. Makes me feel great. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Allison. Now, this is breaking news before I get to Hardwood. Pence says the White House disbanded the coronavirus task force. Does that mean it's dead? Like, we cool? I'm at work, so I'm happy. I just want to know, though, like, did they fix it?
I don't know. Maybe in their mind they did.
Shoot. That's one of those things where you just are like, dead gummit. Now, I do have to say, if 1 million people did die, that is still 3.7% of the population, much smaller than cancer. By the way, for all you jerks out there, in the last decade, 7 million people have died from opioids, you idiots. But, you know, we don't even talk about that practically. I don't even know why I even had to bring that up because I know y'all don't care. The thing is, though, I'm about to get to my favorite thing in the whole wide world, but it says New York City has decided to disinfect its subways with UV light, and Pence and the White House are breaking up the coronavirus task force. And then the next article right below that, guess what? We had a state today with the most single deaths ever. I'm very confused at this news cycle. Can I get some good news? You want to do that? Here's the new rule. 671 time. You got a good story? Send it to me. Gabe's, his girlfriend, wife, fiance, I don't know what she's going to be, baby mama 1 or 2, I don't know. She's an angel. She's on the front line. I got nothing but mad respect for her. My daughter, she's out there working her tail out on the front line. My brother, all you people out there that are listening that I know that have family members who are sacrificing their tail off and going out there and working their you-know-what off, I don't know what's really going down. I stay inside as much as I can. I try to do the, I'm very, dude, my knuckles are dry, Holmes. Are yours?
See, the thing is, like, using all this I bought a big thing of hand sanitizer when this all went down.
I did too.
And I use it before I leave the house every day. I use it. There's some here.
Or
that I use constantly. It dries out your hands. It dries out your hands.
Is there any chance in the last month I aged my hands like a year?
I hope not. Just put some lotion on them. If they're crusty,
hey,
put some lotion on them.
If I put some lotion on them, I always got to do work. I mean, that's hard. Like WD-40, you get that stuff out and got to fix the dead gum, anything that squeaks.
Get the Lubriderm, man.
What's Lubriderm?
It's a good lotion. Good lotion.
I have to look that one up.
Very healing, very moisturizing.
By the way, can I just ask you one thing before we get to Hardwood? No, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. This is so Hardwood, it's not any funny. It's not even funny. So all you people out there, pitch that tent and get ready for some Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. And you would think I would have something Mexican to talk about, right? Wrong. It's Korean.
So, real quick. Cinco de Mayo is not like anything actually Mexican. This is like a U.S. thing, isn't it?
Oh, actually, you're right. Dude, you know you're talking about that. Do you want me to text Lydia?
Is it
Hold
like,
up.
yeah. I mean...
I'm going to text Lydia. You need to talk. I'm working.
No, continue with the
Lydia,
Korean. Let's hear the Korean stuff.
Hold on, watch this. I can do that thing where I push the button. Lydia, is Cinco de Mayo a real Mexican holiday?
Let's see.
It said Mayo. Man,
Did you ask? You could ask Siri too. You got your phone out.
Dude, see, that's what I'm talking about. Siri doesn't get me. It said Lydia, is Cinco de Mayo a real holiday? It didn't even put Mexican in there. So I had to put
I'll
Mexico
get up on
twice.
that. What's Korean that we're talking about here?
Okay, here's where I got to tell you about this. Please tell me you saw this. What in the hell is Bubble Boy? Because, like, Bubble Boy, when I grew up, was John Travolta, okay? and he was in this bubble, and he couldn't see this girl, and it was like this very serious movie. And then like 20 years later, they make this like Bubble Boy, and he like bounces around, and it's a comedy. So like I went to the theater. I didn't go to the theater. That's such a lie. I went and I watched 10 minutes of it on my HBO, and guess what? I was like, this is so stupid. At least the original Bubble Boy is pretty good. But can I ask you something? The Korean Bubble Boy kickoff game thing, like the social distancing situation, do you even, you weren't up at 1 o'clock in the morning and you just proved it, and I'm mad at you.
I have to get some sleep every once in a while, man.
Man, sleep is you can sleep when you're dead.
I don't think that's healthy, man.
Yeah, I don't think
you got to get 8 hours. I'm pretty sure. My doctor recommended it along with an apple.
If I get 8 hours a day, my doctor says it's bad for me.
So here we go. This is a Mexican-American holiday, obviously. It's the celebration. Everybody always says Mexican Independence Day. That's what you learned when you were young, coming up for Cinco de Mayo. But it's actually the celebration of the Mexican victory over French forces at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862. Did you know that?
Lydia texted me back just now. Do you want to know what it says?
Yeah.
What? Do you want a margarita or tacos or what? She must be busy.
I don't have time for you.
Sorry, wrong time to ask this very hardworking person about
I want to ask
Cinco
you,
de Mayo.
lately, have you seen the video surfacing of Mike Tyson?
I want to tell you
Absolutely
right now.
looking like he is.
Well, no. First, I got to get this. I haven't got off Bubble Boy. I didn't tell you what this dude did. Okay, so you don't know what Bubble Boy. Do you know what Bubble Boy is?
No.
Like, do you know who John Travolta is? Okay, so like back in the day, like we're going through coronavirus. Okay, so there was a kid who had no immune system, so they put him in this big bubble, and then he hit hormones, and there was that girl next door that's hot, and he thought about a little love situation might be worth dying. Well, my homie, and I got to say one thing, dude, if I lived in a bubble, it's worth dying. So homie went out and did his thing. Now, by the way, I don't even know what were the prophylactics back then and stuff. But anyway, then they came out with this comedy Bubble Boy. And then yesterday, for coronavirus, we brought Bubble Boy back for the KBO. And you literally don't even know what I'm talking about. And I know everybody out there is going, Harden, he's completely lost his damn mind. No. The first pitch, they made the kid go out there in a complete bubble.
How do you throw it?
There is.
Did it just like bounce back in his face?
I still don't get this.
Like, how do you throw it?
Can I tell you? Are you ready?
Yeah.
So he got on the pitcher's mound.
Okay.
He stood on it. He's in this big, huge bubble
Normal
wall.
practice for a
he has a ball.
first pitch.
He steps up. He goes out and he throws it. And then the thing just starts rolling around. And then he walked to home plate, and the ball just rolled. This is, in all honesty, why I have to say, without gambling, the KBO would be dead. Korean baseball, let's just be real. It's kind of like I know about Chinese food and Japanese food. Have you ever had Korean food? Do they have
I
it?
have, yes. It's very good.
Indonesian food is dope. Where'd you have some Korean food?
It's very similar.
I've had that. What is it?
Asian
What
food.
is the pho stuff? That ain't Korean,
Pho.
is it? Is it pho?
I don't know if that's Korean.
Dude, pho sounds very dangerous.
A little bit of
I say P-A-H-O,
Korean
I'll say
sort of
pho.
stir fry action. They got that type of stuff. And it's sort of it's good. It's good.
I got a lot of work to do.
You ain't gotta come on. Don't go in on Korean food now.
No, that's what I'm saying, dude.
We don't need
I don't
to
know
do all
what,
that.
dude. My father-in-law, he's like from Indonesia and a diplomat. My dadgum girlfriend's from Iran. Dude, please. I had a Russian girlfriend for a long time.
But you've never had Korean food.
But hey, can I tell you something? I dated a
Do you know
young
a Korean
lady.
person?
Yes. Her mother is Korean. Her father is Mr. Gossett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
it's a
surprised you didn't
beautiful
intake
family.
that culture, right? Because you seem
We were
to
young.
be pretty worldly, right?
Hey,
You've done
just
some
say shout out
traveling.
Tommy
You've done
Blackmore.
plenty of traveling. Now, I'm going to get back to this. Mike Tyson. Did you see the videos he was posting? Or not him, but that were posted with him over the weekend? He looks like he's 20.
Can I tell you a secret?
I think he could go in right now and contend.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you when I tell you this. Mike Tyson was the scariest person that I'd ever seen in my life up to that point. His right hook, his uppercut, his left, like the damage that he could do from that small frame and the power that he could generate, and to watch in like 12 seconds a person's head almost literally get knocked off their shoulders, it's pretty damn scary. He got really high on drugs. He did so much cocaine, and he will admit it. He said that he literally wrote his whole name on a vanity mirror in his house because he was so jacked up. And there's a tiger walking around, okay?
So, Rafael Cordero is his trainer, right? And he's been training with him for a while. Rafael Cordero, the videos that you saw surface over the weekend.
He almost broke his hand.
Yes, he was just spry, ready to go. He says he's punching with more pop and more speed than a lot of 21 and 22-year-olds in the heavyweight division that Cordero trains. And then he went on to say, he was talking about if there would ever be a return. He says in 6 months, this is a trainer who trains several fighters. He says in 6 months he doesn't have any doubt that Mike Tyson will be able to step in the ring for at least a 10-round fight.
All right, don't take this the wrong way for you millennials who are already trying to argue with me that Kevin Durant is the greatest boxer. The greatest basketball player.
Kevin Durant would not be a good boxer.
Kevin Durant is the greatest basketball player on planet Earth. Again, last but not least, I just want to say the way I end it, logic is a class you take, and I did teach it. And there's things called cause and effect. And I'm bringing this up because this is where I want to bring this up. Trust me, this has a great effect on it. All these millennials who think Kevin Durant is the greatest thing they've ever seen, since they've never seen anything that's older than like 2004. Boxing sucks today.
Yes.
So while Kevin Durant and y'all talk about, oh, God, the NBA athletes are just so much bigger and stronger and faster, man, they never had a Patrick Ewing or a Kareem Olajuwon or a Wilt Chamberlain or a Shaquille O'Neal back in the day, did they? By the way, you looked around, you seen a Shaq in the NBA? I sure as hell haven't. But point is, the NBA is strong. It would be a lot more difficult to go back from the 80s and 90s because I honestly believe it would have to do with the officiating. Boxing, it is. Dude, I could go fight right now. Give me a year. Let's go.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it's dramatically. You're playing the points card. You're trying to play the card nowadays and win fights. That's what Floyd Mayweather will go down in history for.
They don't knock each other out, yo. They don't.
Not
dude,
as much.
No 15
the heavyweight,
rounds.
the heavyweight division has some knockouts, but it ain't like the days of Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson.
Do you know what heavyweight boxing's about now? Not getting embarrassed to make sure you make a good purse this fight and for the next fight. It ain't about beating the tar out of somebody.
I'm going to throw it out there, though. How many pay-per-view sales would a Mike Tyson fight make right now?
Right now.
Ridiculous.
Can I tell you right now?
It would be off the charts.
I believe this in the bottom of my heart. Anthony Joshua wouldn't stand a chance against Mike Tyson because
prime. So I don't want to
I
talk
know
about
he's the
now,
prime.
right? I don't want to talk about right now because that would be tough.
Right now, I think Tyson would knock him the bleep out, especially
right now.
after what? Right.
And would you buy the fight?
I would buy it. But you know why I would buy it? Because I want to see Mike Tyson knock the bleep out of him. Now, Tyson Fury kind of scares me a little bit because he is so long. Damn. Like, dude, he could go gadget arms and literally keep him in the corner. Dude, I got to take a break. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I love y'all. I love Hardwood. Man, how cool would it be, actually? It's been a bad year. But if it finished with a Mike Tyson fight against Anthony Joshua, 2020 could be saved. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1, MemphisFarmers.com, and 87.7 FM.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallo and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. How old is your water heater? With most of the water heaters in the Mid-South located in the attic, the worst day you can replace your water heater is one day too late. It may be time for a tankless water heater from Conway Services that never runs out of hot water. Plus, these energy-saving models only heat the water you use, saving you money on your gas bill every month. Most 10-year-old water heaters were about 65% efficient when they were new, compared to a tankless water heater from Conway Services is up to 98% efficient. Plus, right now, get your tankless water heater from Conway Services for as low as $79 per month, or I'll give you $300 for that old tanked water heater. And no more worrying about that tank bursting in your attic either. And with over 8,000 5-star reviews, you know Google guaranteed Conway Services will be providing that award-winning service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier tankless water heater professionals at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old water heater will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
The landscape is so beautiful at Town Village Audubon Park. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Google or Alexa to play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned to real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Pull up a seat and grab a drink. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. Nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs Jackson when you got words?
Oh, yes. Kurt Cobain dropping that in. By the way, I want to ask you something, man. When you got words, what else do you need, man? You don't need actions. You just got to outsmart that person, talk to them, just break them down and embarrass them, which basically I've done to a couple people today. And I have to say something that's going to break my heart. Thank you for listening to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio and Gabe Kuhn. Coming up next, we got Sports 56 Sports Time with Wolo and Stats. Now, before we go and say our goodbyes, thank you to all the texters. They said, like, I got a bunch of, I want to watch Tyson and Fury bleep Joshua. He will knock Joshua's head off. Interesting. Fury and Tyson, I think, would be more of a fun fight. I don't know. I think Joshua and Fury would be kind of like I think Joshua would try to actually knock out Fury. I mean, I think Joshua would try to knock out Tyson and man up because he's that, he's built. He looks like he's muscles. Like Tyson Fury looks like a overweight fat guy. Like
but he's a
butter
good boxer,
bean.
man.
Yeah, no, he's a great boxer.
That's
Vladimir
the one thing about
Klitschko. Butterbean.
Butterbean.
Like there are some dudes.
You just went. That was like totally opposite spectrum
yes,
right there.
was.
Butterbean and Vladimir
I just
Klitschko.
wanted to make sure that you could see that you could look like Butterbean, but still knock the bleep out of somebody. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. And Tyson Fury, the first time I ever saw Tyson, and they were like the gypsy fighter and all this stuff, I was like, this guy's going to get killed. He's going to get smoked. And he went out there and beat my man from Russia who was dating the little hottie, Hayden Panettiere. You know what's so funny? After he got beat, I forgot his name. Like, because nobody cared about boxing. But Mike Tyson does 2 fights, or even just one. Would that reignite boxing? In fact, if it were the first major sport, like major championship in 4 weeks, Joshua, Tyson, Fury, Tyson, would it not be one of the most heavily watched in the last decades?
As pay-per-view goes, it would be one of the.
I think it would be
the
Super
most
Bowl-esque.
bought. It would be the most bought fight of the year, no question, hands down. Like you get Tyson back in the ring, people are going to tune in.
I'm going to tell you
the
right
money
now,
for it.
As starved as we are for anything outside of Rona, Walmart, Amazon, toilet paper. By the way, hey, found out something duct tape isn't good for. You can't replace toilet paper with duct tape. I had a guy one time
Tell me you didn't. Don't know somebody who tried that.
No. I don't. But I do remember this guy telling me, son, there's nothing duct tape can't fix. So a couple of days ago, I don't know why it just popped in my head. He just, I remembered him. And I was like, hey. So I sent him a picture of duct tape and an empty roll of toilet paper. And I said, is duct tape going to fix this, son? And he laughed. But yeah. But I also want to say this before I get out here. I think Mike Tyson could go George Foreman. The way he helped bring back boxing, I think he could do that. I'm not saying Mike Tyson's going to get a grill, but what I'm saying is he could do something awesome. And then last but not least, cornerback Logan Ryans, Tennessee piece. If you remember who he was, well, you know he was one hell of a quarterback from his early days with the Pats down to Tennessee. And he is going to walk out and say goodbye. But thank you for all the work you did. Coming up next, Wolo and Stats for Gabe Kuhn. I'm John Harden. Y'all do me a favor. Take care of each other. Get out there and make this world a better place. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Hi, it's The Herd. In the past, waiting until the last minute to order a Mother's Day bouquet from 1-800-Flowers might have worked out fine. This year is different, though. With limited delivery, it's important to lock in your bouquet order today. So right now, when you order a dozen sorbet roses, 1-800-Flowers will give you an extra 6 roses free, plus a vase for only $39.99. That's 20% off the original price, with an impressive mix of pastel